and her brother Eddie, on vacation in London, take a tour of Terror Tower, a scary prison and torture chamber from medieval times. But after they are chased by a man in black, they soon discover that the tower is more than it seems. Please join me as we review A Night in Terror Tower!
Goofball Cinema presents a Goosebumps review.
You, over there, what did you think of A Night in Terror Tower?
It's alright. It's not really as exciting as other Goosebumps, I don't think.
This is the second best Goosebumps episode I've seen, but I haven't seen as many as you.
Right.
I think next to the Haunted Mask, this is probably one of the episodes that has the most highest production value, I would say. Would you agree? Or there's more
Well produced.
Yeah.
It's alright. I mean, the castle's cool that they actually have a real castle and stuff, but
Well, it's called Night in Terror Tower. That's where you're gonna be most
sure.
of the time.
But anyways, besides production value, what do you think of like the plot line? Was it scary? Goosebumps was supposed to be scary. Did you think it was scary? Did you think kids would think of it is scary?
Well, I didn't think it was scary just because,
It's not.
Well, the thing is, like, ever since after we watched The Girl Who Cried Monster, I've gotten used to the fact that, you know what, it's probably going to be silly. I mean, it's scary, but, like, I think they're going more toward the humor a little bit. Just, I don't know. It feels like the style of Goosebumps, like, it's silly and scary.
Yeah, they kind of keep it lighthearted scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there are things in Goosebumps that, like, do hit you hard. You know what I mean? I think what scared me most about this as a kid is, like, the idea of torture and like all the realism that comes with some of this stuff, you know, like there are actual beheadings and that's an actual fear you can have. And like, I remember like the creepiness of the dungeon and like the mannequins moving and stuff really creeped me out as a kid.
Yeah. Well, the opening like makes it clear what the tone is. Because, like, this episode opens with, like, this prisoner being violently dragged into the dungeon tower. I was first like, oh my gosh, wow, they're really taking this seriously.
Yeah, like, oh, shit.
But then, like, once they're done with it, like, this goofy title pops up that says, Night in Terror Tower, and it's, like, rainbow colors. And I'm like, okay, and this is what this is.
Yeah, kinda. I mean...
It's like, it pulls the rug out from under you, like... It creeps you out, but then it pulls the rug out from under you. Like, there's so many moments in this episode that's like that.
It bounces around between creepy and funny.
Yeah, it's like...
It bounces back and forth. There's also, like, a cool mystical element to it, which is...
Kind of.
Talk about that.
I'd rather not spoil what the reveal is.
Okay.
One of my favorite things about this, like, about this episode, I like the concept of the plot, like... If that makes any sense, like the
twist was actually a twist.
The twist was actually a twist. I like the concept of the twist. My only problem is that the characters of the twist aren't that interesting.
Yeah, and the execution of it isn't like grandiose.
The acting,
not the greatest.
So, well, actually, here's my opinion on the acting. So this is like, from what I've heard, this is the only Goosebumps episode that was not filmed in America. This is not based in America. It's based in Britain. So you got some some British actors in here, of course. And in my opinion, they're the best part of this episode.
Yeah. They all are pretty funny.
Like, they look like they're having a blast with what they're doing, and
yeah,
they act like the stereotypical British people.
Right. And the kids just keep pissing them off.
Yeah,
they keep knocking into them.
I think my favorite British character is the cab driver. Just Like,
he's very aggressive.
I mean, he really like fits in the Goosebumps world. He's filmed and his face is so scary, and he's filmed like he's in a horror movie.
Close up, yeah.
But it's so over the top that it's hilarious. So it's kind of perfect for the Goosebumps tone, R.L. Stine's tone, I guess.
Yeah.
The rest of the acting is pretty bad, but
the child actors are not the best. You can tell they're not really British when they go.
Well, they're definitely not British because one of the cast members, her name is Catherine Short. She played Sabrina in The Haunted Mask, which is one of our favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, in The Haunted Mask, she's the best actress in that one. But in this movie, in this
you don't
episode,
think Carly Beth was the best in that?
She was good, but I thought Catherine Short, who played Sabrina, was the most convincing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Catherine Short is really good at acting like a normal person, but she's not very good at like being overreactive and like frightened by things. Cause
right,
like
in this episode,
like she has this weird face she makes when she's scared. Like she like stiffens up, comedically.
I know what you're talking about.
And it's like
the kid, her brother, the kid who plays her actor too. Same thing, where it's just kind of over the top.
He's not as bad. I could buy him a little bit. He
is a littler kid. So.
Yeah. But anyway.
They are child actors.
They are child actors.
On a TV production.
But it's weird because she's good in another episode, but she's not so good in this one. But, I don't know. And they're adults now, so I'm fine with making fun of them now, so.
Yeah. Stupid kids.
Stupid kids. Anyway, what did you like or dislike without going into spoilers?
I like that this Goosebumps episode plays into different fears than other episodes of Goosebumps. This one's more psychological, plays into that, like, getting lost in the supermarket without your mom kind of deal, where it's like, you're a kid and you're alone, you don't have any resources, what do you do? There's a man chasing you, that's especially scary.
Yeah.
Especially in today's day and age when old people chase you for different reasons.
Yeah, so...
and also, like, all the torture stuff, that's also scary as a kid.
Oh, yeah, I think that's...
And being in a creepy tower.
I think the tower's the best part, yeah.
The mannequins moving, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
All that stuff, scary. There's no like, hard-hitting monster in this. Usually there's, like, a monster in Goosebumps.
There are a couple of, like, inconsistent things. Like, for example, when the man in black is chasing them, they run into, like, the basement, and we clearly see a scene of Catherine Short's character lock the door, like, visually with a ball. But then all of a sudden, like... the man in black just walks in casually, like they completely forgot about the ball.
Well, they're in like some sort of weird in-between fantasy reality world. So they're like in between times.
So the ball just disappears?
I'm just saying, wouldn't it be scary if just like you thought you locked the door and then like suddenly it wasn't?
It would have been scary if he was able to knock it over, or if he teleported in with the stones. That would have made more sense. But
yeah,
instead it's just, I don't know, it's just little things like that.
There's inconsistencies, but also, they're in like some weird realm where like reality's not quite what it seems, I guess. Like that's a weird thing that happens in this.
I don't know why the bolt would change with time, but everything else was fine. Like when the mannequins changed with time, like they actually move and try to attack them. That was cool. That one of the best parts of the film.
It's weird.
Besides the twist.
It creates some inconsistencies, but like, who cares? It's just like
I care.
I didn't think about it as a kid, you know what I mean? Like, that bolt was locked, I swear it! I wasn't yelling at the TV when I was a kid, like, that bolt ruins it, my immersion!
Well, it bothers me. R.L. Stine should have been thinking about my interests and my feelings and my immersion, but he failed. 0 out of 10.
Wow.
Good job, R.L. Stine.
I'm so proud of you for speaking up. You're so brave.
Thank you. I like the first twist better than the second twist, but the first twist is really interesting. That's like...
Right. The second twist isn't much of a twist. It's more of just like a... Ooh. Shit.
Well, the thing I wish they would expand on is like Susanna and Edward's like personality and, I don't know, making them more three-dimensional, because they're honestly the worst part of the story. Like, they're just so bland, I guess.
Sure, and there's this like recurring theme like of freedom and stuff like that. That really never comes into play.
Even though it's
I think that's like a weird Braveheart trope thing. You know what I mean?
Even though it's like
you get the freedom.
I wonder if the book, like you're the Goosebumps expert of the two of us. Is this better than the book, or is the book better?
Listen, My Goosebumps expertise is minimal.
What?
At best.
You've lied to me.
Listen, the covers are cool. I've seen a lot of covers. Okay.
That's the
Doesn't
funniest.
necessarily mean I've read all the books, okay?
What? This whole time I've been calling you the Goosebumps expert. You've read the covers?
I'm more expert than you, that's for sure.
Yes. Alright, fine, so you don't know.
I have the two of us on the Goosebumps expert.
Well, crap. Well, we're gonna get executed, and we're never gonna know if there's a better version of the story anywhere.
Well, certainly the dude that's just about to cut our heads off doesn't know anything about it. Right?
Plebeians, you know nothing of the miracles and entertainment within these children's novellas. Very well. As Lord High Executioner, I shall grant to you the knowledge, the miracle that is ascertained between the novella and the 1 hour special on TV. With my pure knowledge on the book, just based on reading it and then watching the episode, in my personal opinion, I feel that the episode is better in many ways. Believe it or not, there aren't actually that many differences between the episode and the book. The differences that there are usually the ones that they couldn't really do much about because, low budget show. And those differences are basically how the characters appear, how the characters look. There's minor changes, but I'm not going to get mad at the episode for doing that. I mean, they did what they could with the actors they had. In fact, a lot of the actors in this episode are used in other episodes, such as Susan, who plays Sabrina in The Haunted Mask, and Eddie, who's in another episode, which I can't recall off the top of my head. He's actually the only actor in this that actually went on to have a career. The show doesn't really tend to reuse actors that much, but in this case, we have Catherine Short returning as Sue, which you might know from The Haunted Mask. She plays Sabrina Mason. And we have Corey Sievert, I don't know how to pronounce that, and I'm not even going to try, but he was in the episode Cry of the Cat as Ryan. In this episode, he plays the lovable Eddie. Eddie's probably the better character in this, honestly. Sue's just kind of, bland. She was honestly a bit better in The Haunted Mask. She felt more like a defined character, where than this, she's just a blank slate, which is a good way to define a lot of the characters in these shows. Blank slates. For the most part, anyway. The changes between the book and the episode are very minimum, and a lot of the changes that the episode did are actually for the better in some ways. For the most part, everything is pretty much exactly the same up until the children escape the tower and they come across a guard. In the book, the guard calls them a taxi. In the episode, the kids escape the guard. Then, pretty much everything after that is very similar, except for when they go into the past. That segment is a little bit more drawn out and a little bit more detailed, whereas in A Night in Terror Tower, it felt a little bit rushed, which personally, for me, I don't mind, because I'm not really into that whole medieval stuff anyway. And it does, at that point, a lot of the mystery and awe that the episode has is kind of taken out. Even in the book, it had that same feeling. And I don't want to keep saying this, but there are virtually very little differences between the book and the episode, except the major difference, which is at the end, is the twist. You see, in the book, there is no dark ending or dark twist or anything. They're just like, haha, let's go get some lunch, kids. Ha ha ha, everything's gonna be okay. But in the episode, there's a dark twist ending, which makes it a little bit more foreboding and a little bit more interesting. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that, guys. Besides just minor changes, it's pretty similar. And so, I hope you've been educated on the many, many differences the book and the episode hold apart from each other.
Wow, that was actually really insightful.
Wow.
I think I've been trumped as the Goosebumps expert here.
Yes.
Wow.
You hack.
Don't even defend me.
Well, because you're a hack now. Because you're.
Listen, I've never claimed not to be a hack, okay?
That's true.
I only play a part. Because nothing's real. Reality's a lie. We live in a simulation. Run! You over there.
Yes.
Would you recommend this episode to anyone?
Yes. I mean, despite the few episodes I've seen so far, I think this is one of the better episodes. I think this might be second place to The Haunted Mask for me. Just because the production value is really good, or not really good, but like it's better than the average Goosebumps episode. I think
It's interesting. It's an interesting story. Maybe not the scariest.
the
Don't
twist.
watch it if you want to spook. You know.
Oh no! I think anybody could watch this. It's scary, but it's not. There's nothing traumatizing in it. So
Right.
I mean, unless you're
Just
like,
saying, it's not the scariest episode. It's thought provoking at best, with a few spooky elements.
if you're gonna watch any episode of Goosebumps, either watch The Haunted Mask or this one. I think I haven't seen enough, so maybe there's one that trumps this one. But so far, I think this or The Haunted Mask are pretty good picks. I'll take that as a yes.
Well,
What are we supposed to do now?
And so, my unbelievers, I sentence you to the foul hell that has spawned you.
Oh, fuck.
ouch! Thanks to our special guest, Cellblock Psycho, the Goosebumps expert. Check out his channel if you want to see more Goosebumps stuff. He does, like, all the book reviews. And they're awesome.
Bye.